Guys, listen, man, I am super excited today to bring to y'all's attention one of my rock star coaching clients named Brandon. He's been crushing it inside my community for the past couple of months. And, I want to inspire and motivate some people with his story, his work ethic, his dedication. Man, super proud of him. Brandon, how you feeling?
I'm good, Coach. Glad to be here.
Absolutely, man. I want to jump right into it. Before we dive into all the results that you've accomplished, I like to start with the backstory. What type of things were you doing prior to working with me, and what were you having a hard time with trying to drop the weight?
Before I started with you, I was doing a little bit of everything, honestly. Uh, and nothing was sticking, nothing was working. So that's what kind of led me into your direction. I've always, been a bigger guy even since high school and junior high. So I always try to lose the weight. It would some come off, gain it back. The yo-yo diet type stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, then I kind of stumbled upon your page, and that's kind of like what led me here today. So,
Mm-hmm. And let's dig into that just a little bit. Like what type of things have you tried? Have you tried trainers? Have you tried the fat burners? What type of things were you trying that weren't quite getting you the results you wanted?
I didn't try any trainers in the past. I did like Weight Watchers about 70 something times.
Oh, wow.
Keto diet,
Yeah.
low carb, literally just about anything you can think of. I didn't try as far as the whole fast track, you know, type thing, and it didn't stick. Nothing worked. And I think part of it was due to me, the discipline and not having a proper structure was a factor in that as well. So,
Mm-hmm. I got you. And how long had you been trying to drop the weight and get the weight off prior to like joining the coaching program and working with us?
uh, years.
Mm.
Yeah, it's been years. I mean, like I said, I've been a bigger guy since my whole life, basically. So, but like after college, I tried to, start Weight Watchers. You start it, stop it. It wasn't until this actually last October when I actually started to try to count my calories and stuff like that. Because before that, I wasn't even aware of tracking calories prior to last October, even between joining your program. Before that, I wasn't really. I've heard of it, but I wasn't sure how it went. So it was kind of like just trying stuff and seeing what sticks, and nothing stuck. So
Right. Yeah, that tends to happen to a lot of people. What I've noticed, people kind of get into well, let me just eat healthier foods, right?
yeah.
And it sounds like you had heard, the word calories being thrown around and tracking, but you didn't step into it. Did you start to want to jump into it once me and you started working together, or did you start entertaining calories prior?
So yeah. So a month before I joined your program,
Mhm.
I joined. I think it was last November. In October, that's when I actually gave it a shot, a good, a valid effort, and did some research. And then, so October of last year, 2024, was when I actually started tracking before I joined your program. I mean, because I was following your page for the past year and a half, 2 years. So I heard you say, calorie vein tracking and slacking,
All right.
uh, but I never really dug deep into it as far as trying to like see what my macros and my calories should be. But yeah, but once I joined your program, I kind of learned more in detail as far as the tracking, even better than what I was doing beforehand. So
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned you had been rocking with me for like a year and a half. That's a long time,
yeah,
man.
I know. It was I was in the background just following and seeing your posts and see. I'm like, and your page kind of resonated with me as far as you seem pretty authentic, and I'm like, all right, I can relate to him, even with
Yeah.
the stuff you're saying to not do. I was literally doing everything you said not to do.
Oh wow. Like what things?
Drinking the sodas, and even though I wasn't a big pop drinker, I was still drinking, the Coke Zeros every now and again. The fast food was a big issue in chips, snacking, and just kind of just going off the rails, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. And that tends to happen to a lot of guys, man. You know, that's why why I talk about those things in the content because I know it's something that a lot of you guys are doing. And
Yeah.
you know, done in moderation with the right structure, you know, now that you've been in the program, but 100%. So what was it that clicked or what happened or was going on in your life that made you say, man, I know I've been rocking with following Jay for a minute. Let me go ahead and jump on board, man, see if this guy can really help me.
So it was after I had started to track the calories in October of last year, I felt more confident in myself.
Mhm.
So like, all right, I can join the program now, or take it more seriously. Before I was like, I don't think I was ready mentally. Like I wasn't ready. I wanted it, but I didn't want it bad enough before last October, November. And I think honestly, just I got tired of dealing with the achy joints and just tired of being overweight and feeling like crap all the time. And I wanted to help others in my family, teach them once I learned myself, and friends and family kind of be a better example for everybody around me. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna give it a shot, and it's been the best decision I've made so far. You know.
I love that, man. I'm super proud of you too. Let's touch on that for a second because I know sometimes people, you know, everyone's journey is a little different, and I've noticed that a lot of people's motivations are a bit different too. You know, I know you touched on a bit of everything just then. You know, the aches, the pains, you want to be a positive role model, which is really admirable. You know, I admire that. Were there like, what would you say were your top two or three things that really were just like, ugh, it's time to make some changes. Like, what were your motivation drivers?
I would say the first one was just the consistent failing of not being able to lose the weight. I was just getting sick and tired of trying and starting, stopping. Like the one thing was like I would tell someone, "Oh, I'm going to start this diet," blah blah blah. A month in, I would fell off the wagon. Then they asked me, "Oh, how's your diet or whatever going?" Oh, it's kind of embarrassing yourself because you didn't stop. And it's like, oh shit. But just trying to hold myself accountable more and be more committed and disciplined. I needed more discipline. I was not disciplined to myself and true to myself. So I wanted to prove something to myself that I can actually do this with the proper structure and guidance. And that was one of the most important thing that I want to reach. Another thing I would say, just the lifestyle. I want to not feel tired all the time. Fit in, extra large shirt or because you're buying clothes, the bigger guys, yeah, it's more expensive for one, and then you have to, get in the size 40 pants, the double XL shirts, or whatever it may be. It's shopping for one, and then for two, just be overall healthier as a person
No,
for the long term because we're not getting any younger, so well, I'm not.
we all not.
Yeah,
So for sure, I know exactly what you mean. And I appreciate you opening up and being vulnerable about that because you know there's a lot of people that go through that, and I believe there's a lot of shame around you know weight loss, and that's why I try to make it somewhat entertaining when I'm creating content and make light out of it. But
yeah,
there's a lot of people struggling in silence, suffering in silence with the feeling of embarrassment, the tiredness, the clothes not fitting, all that stuff. And so, super proud of you. So what made you make the decision to join me and jump on board with me?
Like I said, have been following your page for a year and a half or 2 years or whatever it was at that time. And I saw a lot of your before and after photos from your previous clients. Um, and you just seem like you were just the real deal, and the stuff you were posting as far as the big ass stomach and all of that, and like literally everything you were saying that people shouldn't be doing, I was doing. I'm like, well, if he's saying not to do this, he know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? So, like I said, you just seem like you were just authentic, and I'm like, I'm gonna go with. Now, I didn't really look at any other online trainers because this is the first time I've done this. So I've never had any online training before your program. So it was the first for me in general. So I was like, you know what? If I was paid for a good minute, so I might as well just give it a shot. I mean, because I can't do it by myself. Obviously, it's not working. So the next step is to ask for help, and create and hire someone to help you get to that goal. So.
Yeah. And how easy or hard was it for you to ask for some help? Because I know a lot of men have we tend to man, I can do this by myself, man. I don't need help. I don't nobody for no help.
It was a little tough at first because, like I say, I had like tried on my own several times for the past years,
Yeah.
and I'm like, huh, this isn't working. So I'm like, put my pride aside and go ahead and ask for help and hire a coach and let him lead me to the right game plan. So.
I like that. I like that. So let's shift gears. You joined the coaching program. I know everybody been waiting. Man, what's the results, man? What kind of results you got? So let's talk about what type of results you've accomplished and what length of time up to today.
So to today, I'm down. The first 12 weeks, I have lost 22 pounds in the first 12 weeks. And then after that, I hit the 25-pound mark. Uh, and I think I weighed in this morning. I think I was down 26 pounds as of today.
That's
And
so
then I dropped a pant size, so size 38 from 40, and then to extra large shirt, so from 2X. So it's been some significant, not just the scale, but everything, the clothes and all that stuff like that. So, which is huge. That
right.
made me very happy. I saw some old shirts in the closet. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna dust it off real quick.
Man, I love it. I love it. That is awesome, man. So proud of you. In what ways, like, has dropping the weight and also just shifting your lifestyle with the way I've taught you how to eat and, you're training more often now, in what ways has this positively impacted your day-to-day life?
I have more energy, that's for sure. I can, get up and move around, do a lot more without getting tired or
Mhm.
sleepy. And the most important thing from the eating, I don't feel super tired and sleepy after eating meals because I'm not eating a ton of garbage all the time. So like in the past, I would eat some meals and be ready to take a nap after afterwards and getting that what they call the food coma
Yep.
type stuff like that. And I'm more aware. Honestly, I'm just hyper vigilant on my choices that I make for even with the grocery shopping. I'm going to the aisle with the fruits and vegetables first, and I don't even if I go down the chip aisle, it's to look for something specific like some popcorn or some whatever, something simple.
Right, right,
You know.
right. I love it.
But other than that, I don't really go down. It's just like I'm more aware of what I'm buying, what I'm consuming now. So
Sounds like you've gained a lot of awareness around
yeah.
foods affect your body, your energy, the whole nine. Um,
Yeah.
okay. So, a lot of times when people they're considering getting a coach or, wanting to lose weight with nutrition and they're thinking, man, I feel like I'm gonna have to give up all the foods I enjoy eating. And I'm behind to starve myself. Like, what's your experience been like so far being inside the program as far as the nutrition?
Oh, it's been great. Like, I mean, I know when I first started, I wasn't sure how it was going to work. As far as what you could eat, what you couldn't eat, and you kind of give us a blueprint on what we're going to eat based on what we like to eat, and still give us ideas. But you can kind of eat mainly what you want within reason, as long as you're tracking your calories and have you said the 80/20 rule where you're eating 80% of the time you're eating, the lean fruits, vegetables, And sometimes the starchy carbs, if you want to incorporate those, and then the other 20% you can have your cheat meals once or twice a week if you decide to. But it's been easy though because like I like I pick what I like to eat as far as the rotation. Like you taught me with the 2 or 3 vegetables or fruits and proteins. Kind of narrow it down to what you eat the most and what you like the most, and just keep it in rotation. And there's, like I say, you can cook certain things a lot of different ways. Just do a little research or whatever. Uh, but it's been pretty easy so far. After I finally got the hang of what I like and what I don't like.
Right.
Uh, so like I say, you can still incorporate your favorite meals. Either you make them healthier version or have it as a cheat meal for the weekend or something like that. Just don't go overboard with it. So
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm glad you've been enjoying it, and I love the awareness that you've developed, and like self-awareness. Like Darrell inside the coaching program talks about that a lot. Like that was one of his big things once I started teaching him macros. But it sounds like you've also gained that awareness around how foods affect not only your weight loss but your energy, which is critical, for us to be able to like, enjoy life and all that good stuff.
yeah,
Uh, how have you noticed? Has there been like a different? What's been like the positive impact, if anything, from dropping the weight, eating better, exercising? How's it impacted your family life, your social life, things like that?
a lot of people are asking me what I'm doing, and people are more interested now on like what am I doing specifically to lose shed the pounds and all that. And my wife, she's been hopping on board the past couple of months, eating because she eats what I eat now. So if I'm cooking, ground turkey and eggs or whatever, for the most part, she's following suit. With maybe a little tweak here and there. Uh, and everyone in my family, friends, everyone's supportive, and I like it. So, and like I say, the more I learn, the more I can help them. And like I'm not a coach, obviously, but I can give them, say, hey, this is what I've been taught.
Right.
You want to try this? It's worked for me, or whatever. So, but it's been great though, as far as my wife and coworkers, friends, everyone's been supportive. And once they see that, oh man, you look good in the past couple months, you've been dropping pounds, and I tell them what I'm doing, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, very surprised.
Right. That's awesome, man. I'm glad it's been impacting you and your family and the people you love and care about in a positive way. Because that's why we're here, man. It's not just
Yeah.
about us, it's about the people we love and care about. A lot of times guys think about, and women, they got to work out all day. They got to do hours of cardio. They got to, get the 10, 15,000 steps in a day. They feel like they have to do these things, and they feel like it's going to take a lot of time, which that's why some people don't even start. They feel like it's going to take too long. What's your experience been like inside the program, from the workout standpoint?
Oh, I love the structure. How you have my certain workouts. Like I mine is like a Thursday through or Friday through Monday, I believe it is, 4 days a week.
Mm.
Like beforehand, I did think that you had to do a ton of cardio, and try to outwork. Like, oh, I'm going to treadmill for an hour so I can go and eat I don't know how many times I done thought that was an actual thing. Like in the past, me trying to work out extra after a meal or before, just so I can kind of balance it out.
Right.
But the workouts have been great though, as far as like I have my certain things. If I have an issue or like I get injured, I can let you know, and then you'll help me swap something out for some of this less impact or relevant for that particular uh, body part or whatever. Um, and I like how we can track everything as well and keep everything, see our progress within. And I think that was huge because before I wasn't tracking anything as far as the weight in the gym before I joined. Even in October of last year, I didn't. I was just going there without a plan, and kind of like just like, oh, I'll try this today, I'll try that today, and it really is exhausting. Now that I think about it, oh my goodness, like not knowing what I'm going to do when I get there,
Mhm.
I didn't think about that until I just now. I'm like, that's actually stressful. Kind of just winging it every day you go to the gym versus having a solid, you know, three or four whatever exercises or what you're going to do uh, set for you. So that's made it very, very much easy to get that done when you go to the
Yeah.
gym.
What what makes you feel like it was stressful? It makes it stressful.
Oh, for if you don't have a game plan in the gym,
Yeah.
because you don't know what you're doing, you can't keep it. You can't keep a track of anything. Like you don't know if you're progressing, if you're getting stronger. Because like I know for myself, before I joined the program, I was literally just doing bench press, doing like literally incorporating back legs. Like it was just weird. It made zero sense what I was doing. I'm like, what am I doing? Now
Yeah.
that I think at it, now that I look back now, I'm like, I had no idea what I was doing. As far as I know how to work the machines, but I didn't know how to break it down. So I'm giving certain body parts rest. From doing bicep or back or whatever leg days, and I didn't write anything down, so I had no idea on if I was getting stronger or not.
Right.
So if you don't got that, then you're just in there flying blind, basically. And it's kind of like, oh, I guess I'll do this today. I don't know what to do, and then you get bored, and
Right.
then you don't want to go.
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah, I used to experience that early on in my fitness career. And so I know exactly what you mean. I was just curious what your perspective was like, from
Yeah,
your experience. But yeah, man, it can definitely be stressful when you don't know exactly what steps you need to take to get the results you want. And for me, I was like, man, am I wasting my time in here? Am I doing enough? Am I not doing enough? That's stressful, man.
right.
Okay, so we also have a lot of people think it's just workout, diet, but we also had a community, and plus the support and the accountability with the coaching calls, the check-ins, the weigh-ins, progress photos, all that good stuff. What how is you seeing benefit in that? Do you feel like that's been beneficial? And if so, like in what way?
Oh yeah, absolutely. All three of them. I think you said the community, which is the Lions Den, which is very impactful because
Yeah.
I think that was one of the perks to joining the program was that you get to have people that are doing it on the same journey as you. And like I don't compare myself to anybody in the group as far as like, oh, they lost. Like I'm on my own path, but I do support everybody in the group and vice versa. We support each other, and
Mhm.
it's kind of awesome to get different perspective, meal ideas, see what everyone's posting for the week, inspirational stuff like that. So I love the Lions Den in the community. And then the check-ins for was it you said the coaching call? Yeah, the coaching calls we do every Monday, which is very valuable because we get to kind of like recap our week basically, or have any questions. Say, hey, I had a rough week this week. I did this or whatever. I might have ate this, kind of stumbled on the weekend or whatever. You kind of help us out and all right, get back on track, or help us out in any questions we have. I think it's all intent, like it's all invaluable. All the perks. I love it. So
That's awesome, man. I'm glad you've been finding it helpful and valuable. So with that said, man, I know there's a lot of people that are listening, or want to be listening, all right? And I'm pretty sure there's some people that are on the fence and have been considering joining and wanting to rock with me and get some results inside the Lions Den. And so for that person that's, maybe they were just like you, spent about a year and a half, or maybe somebody who just started following not long ago, what would you say to that person to get them off the fence to join and, want to make a change in their life?
I would say if they're hesitant to ask for help, how I was, or just take that first step. Like reach out because the program is amazing. Coach Jay is the truth, and like don't be afraid to just take a leap. Honestly, because like I say, none of us are getting any younger. We're not around here forever, so we only get one body, and I've learned to appreciate that. Over the past few months, as far as I wish I would have done this years ago, but I didn't. You know, can't look back now, but we only get one body, so we want to take care of it the best way we can, and fueling it properly and making it stronger. Because when we do get older, at least we'll be in better shape to take care of ourselves, and just just take that first step. You know, like you won't regret it, honestly.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate you sharing that. With that said, before we head out, is there anything that you want to share or want to say? Anything?
Um, I mean, honestly, just I would say the Lions Den and the coach community that Coach Jay has created over the past years or a couple years I've been watching just grow. So it's a great atmosphere, and you know I think anyone that joins can be part of something special. You know, I know I'm very happy I made the decision to change my life, honestly. So
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I appreciate that. Well, with that said, Brandon, I appreciate you taking that time to jump on with me today and share your story. Hopefully, we touched at least one person to want to make that decision to change their life for the better. And with that said, we over and out, baby.